Hi, this is Chris. Welcome to Tiafo Garage.
Drive your car.
How both your heads stick out.
Okay.
Tiafo Garage.
Behind me here is my still non-running 308 GT4. That's about to be changed. Okay, not that quickly. But you'll recall last year, I went to Car Week, and on the way home, the car broke down on me. After getting it diagnosed, we discovered a piston ring broke, and I got severe bore scoring, and that needed a complete engine rebuild with a quote, north of $30,000. When I asked how far north, they told me very. I wasn't really prepared for that a year ago, so we took the car home, parked it here in the garage, and it's been here ever since. I think now I'm ready to get it repaired. So I went down to Patrick Otis's shop this week and had a chat with him. To my surprise, he said they would be able to get my car in after Car Week, so the end of August, maybe beginning of September. Honestly, that floored me because I've heard stories of, his shop in particular and just about any other Ferrari mechanic in the area, that there's at least like a 6 to 8 month wait before you can even get your car in. So the fact they can get it in that quickly is quite frankly mind-blowing for me, and I'm very excited about this. So I'll be getting this car into Patrick's shop at that time, and I do plan on filming some stuff and keeping you guys posted, especially when we figure out exactly what caused the failure. That will be interesting to find out. A lot of folks wonder why I don't just walk away from this car. If I'm being honest, the repairs is going to cost a lot more than $30,000. It's probably going to be north of $50,000, to be honest. That's a lot of money, and you could easily buy a new car for that. It'd be a stretch to buy another 308 GT4 for that money, but you could probably find a, project car for that. But the 308 GT4 is something very special to me. I'm a kid of the 80s, so when I was, 15, 16 years old, I had the Lamborghini Countach poster on my wall. What car enthusiast kid did not have that poster on their wall? I consider the Countach the gateway drug to all wedge-shaped cars, and it was because of the Countach that I became just this massive fan of wedge-shaped cars. And I think it's because the wedge shape, it just defines exotic for me. There was nothing else like it on the road. Every other car made did not have some crazy looking wedge shape. Quite frankly, they looked like UFOs on the street. And that really set them apart. And that's why I like wedge-shaped cars. They represent something unique and strange, truly exotic, in my opinion. When you look at the grand scheme of things and all the cars that have been made throughout history, wedge-shaped cars are a very, very small minority. One day, I had a chance encounter with one of these. It was 1987. I was a 17-year-old kid. I was walking to lunch with 2 or 3 friends, I can't remember. And as I crossed the street, I looked in front of me, and there was one of these. And I was like, I saw it from the back like this, and I was just, oh my God, what is that? I did see the Ferrari horse on the back, so I figured it was a Ferrari. Unfortunately, the internet did not exist in 1987, so I couldn't go home and simply Google wedge-shaped Ferrari and discover that it was a Dino 308 GT4. Instead, I had to start looking through magazines and books. But when I started doing that, I quickly discovered I couldn't find this car in there. In fact, after a few years, I started to wonder if I had even seen it or if it was even real. I started thinking maybe it was a kit car with Ferrari badges. A few years after that, I'd say about 1990, 91, I was in a bookstore and I picked up a coffee table book of cars. I can't remember if it was Ferraris or just exotic cars in general. But either way, I was flipping through it and I thought I saw this car in there. My heart skipped a beat for a minute. So I thought, wow, was that what I thought it was? So I started thumbing back through the pages, and sure enough, there was a picture of one of these cars. And that's when I discovered it was a Ferrari Dino 308 GT4 2+2. Finally, I knew what the object of my desire was. It had been 4 or 5 years I'd been trying to figure out what this car was, and now I knew. And I remember seeing one just a few months later for sale for $17,000. And I was like, oh my God, I can't afford that, because I was probably making minimum wage then. But I knew that that wasn't a lot of money for a car. And it gave me hope that one day I could buy this car. So when I was doing a little better and I could afford a car that costs that much, I found one, but it was now $25,000. And that just kept happening. Every time I thought I could afford one of these, it just got out of reach, just kept getting higher and higher. So I started to give up hope that I would ever own a 308 GT4. And, you know, as life went on, I ended up getting pretty fortunate with some cars. And I had my Porsche Boxster and my Porsche 911. Those are great cars. I love them. I hope to one day own another 911. But I never thought I was going to own my Ferrari. In fact, not just any Ferrari. I didn't want just any Ferrari. I wanted a 308 GT4. And I didn't think it was going to happen. So in 2021, around August, I found myself in this situation that I needed to get one, or I needed to forget about it. Plain and simple. So I gave it my best shot ever. And in October 2021, I found it. I was in the right place, right time, somehow had the money, and was able to buy this car that you now see behind me. That's why I don't walk away from this car. This car represents my dream, my passion, the one thing I wanted my entire life, and I was finally able to get it. So I'm not going to let something like a stupid, expensive engine rebuild get in the way of my happiness. This car is amazing. There's something about it, the way it makes me feel, the emotions that it evokes when I drive it, the sounds it makes, the attention it gets, which was kind of unexpected. Sometimes you feel like a rock star in this thing, or a movie star. Everybody's taking pictures, everybody's filming you, everybody comes up and wants to talk to you about it. It's fun, and that's part of the ownership. It's not just a selfish thing that I enjoy it, but I get to share it with other people. And I remember when I was a kid and wanted one of these and couldn't afford it, and I saw something like this on the street, I enjoyed talking to the owners of these cool cars. I'm that person now. So now I get to carry the torch, get to show this car to people, get to share it with other people, and I also get the pleasure of enjoying it. And at the risk of repeating myself again, that's why I don't get rid of this car. It's not just a special car on its own. It is that, but it's also special to me. It's essentially a part of my identity, if that makes any sense. And I'm really looking forward to getting this back on the road. I'm not looking forward to paying the repair bill, but I am looking forward to getting it back on the road. And I'm really looking forward to sharing the journey with all of you as well. Hopefully I'll be able to get some video of them taking this car apart, having the engine out. Maybe I'll get to talk to some of the people working on it. And once it's up and running again, I'll have even more content. Meanwhile, please stay tuned to our channel. Car Week is coming up. It's less than a month away. Sadly, I won't be down there with this, but I will be down there with Greg. I believe he's taking the Dino 246, so we'll have fun with that. We're going to do something a little different this year. Instead of going to all the high-priced, expensive shows, we're going to the shows that basically don't cost anything and are completely free. So we'll show you guys how to enjoy Car Week on a budget. Thanks for tuning in. This is Chris with Tiafo Garage, and we'll see you.
Tiafo Garage.